Today, I'm going to be talking about how to move from completely being overworked and undervalued so that you can have fewer clients but higher profits. So, if you're an accountant or bookkeeper who is completely done with not getting paid their worth and is fed up with working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, you're in the right place and I'm going to help you. So, what if you could build a business that pays you for your thinking, your experience, your education, everything that you know, and not just the amount of time that you spend working for your clients? In this video, I am going to show you the new way that makes this 100% possible. Now, why listen to me? Well, probably because I've helped over 1,000 accountants, bookkeepers, and CFOs, and I've helped them break free from what we call the compliance only hamster wheel. What we have seen is our clients double their revenue. They've cut their client facing work down and they're spending around 10 hours a week in client delivery. And this is possible through what I'm going to show you today. It's not just theory, it's a proven model, and it works because it addresses the real problem. The reason that you're stuck is that you've fallen into one or all of these three traps. So let me share with you. What we're looking at today is getting higher profits but fewer clients. Now, the traps that you're falling into is, first, you have what we call, let me just draw this, you have what we call expertise blindness. You are so good at what you do, but you can't see what makes you different. And because you can't see it, neither can your clients. Second, we have a credibility gap. Now, with the credibility gap, people are trusting you for the technical work or the compliance work that you're doing, but they're not paying you for strategic advice, even if you're giving it away for free. And thirdly, you're stretched too thin. And this means that you have managed possibly to scale your revenue. Maybe you're making 200K a year, 500K a year, 1 or 2 million a year, but you haven't scaled your freedom. More money for you just means more work and a bigger team. So we have to actually look at a new way for enabling you to actually have a business in years to come and have it in a way that shows your expertise, gives you credibility, and gives you your time back. So imagine if you have what we call value confidence. Now, value confidence is where you know your worth and you speak it clearly and you own your space in the market and your potential clients and your current clients see the value in you. That's the first thing. Now imagine attracting premium clients. So premium clients are the ones where you don't need so many of them. You're having them pay higher fees. Now, the reason they're paying the higher fees is because you've got your value nailed and they're not chasing you and you're not having to chase them and you're not trying to convince them to buy from you. And then finally, what we're talking about is actually getting your delivery down to 10 hours a week. Not the 30, 40, 50 or 60 hours a week you're actually doing at the moment. So we're talking about less delivery, way more profit, and a business that is built for freedom. This is the new way that I'm talking about. So the first thing is that we have to turn your services into a productized offer. This is the difference between saying, let me see what you need and I'll send you over a proposal, and actually saying, here is exactly what I offer, here is what it includes, and here is what it costs. This is what we do when we say productized, okay? So I've got an action for you that you can take today. I'd like you to choose your most common client request and turn it into one single clear package with a defined outcome and a set price. Rather than working on how many hours is it going to take you, we're saying this is the value it provides and this is the price you're going to charge. So instead of saying I can have a call with you to discuss that, or we can offer business advisory, I'd like you to create something and call it a great name. So you could call it a monthly financial growth plan, and you could charge £1,500 or dollars a month for some strategy, some forecasting, and KPI reviews. Now, when you package something up like this and productize it, it becomes easy to sell, easy to buy, and really easy to deliver because you know exactly what you're doing every single time. Right, the next actionable step that you can do today is redesign your LinkedIn bio and headline. Your ideal clients are probably hanging out on LinkedIn, so we have to get this right. LinkedIn is where business owners are hanging out and is often the place for business advisors to go and get clients. So with this in mind, you need your LinkedIn headline and about section to speak directly to the problems your ideal client faces. We don't want to talk about your qualifications or the compliance work that you do. We need to be making sure that we are cutting through the noise and resonating and being relevant to your potential ideal client. Now, a really good example of this is my client Pool Ashraf, and she's created a great LinkedIn profile, and it's very effective because it ticks all the right boxes. So let's have a look now. So first of all, it's very clear who she helps. And you can see here, it says specializing in helping food and beverage businesses increase sales, maximize profit, and streamline operations. So owners of food and beverage businesses. It also immediately highlights the results that they care about. So she's got sales, streamline operations, maximize profits. Very clear how she helps people. And then it has, which I think is really powerful, an emotional hook. A business that is a joy to run. So, specializing in helping food and beverage businesses increase sales, maximize profit, and streamline operations, build hyper profitable chains of restaurants and cafes that are a joy to run. It's cool, eh? This isn't just a description of what she does, it's a value proposition. So when someone in her target market lands on her profile, there is no confusion. There's no guesswork. In an instant, those who are her ideal market are going to go, oh my gosh, Pool is for me. And that is the goal of rewriting your headline and making sure that you follow this through into your about section as well. You want your dream clients to self-identify and feel seen, and you want them to say, finally, someone who gets me. So what I'd like you to do is go to your LinkedIn profile, take a look at it with fresh eyes. If a stranger read it, would they know who you help, the problems that you solve, and why it matters both emotionally and financially? The final action step that you can take from today's video is I'd like you to list 3 assets that you can create from your IP. Now, your IP is what we call your intellectual property, the knowledge in your head, the tools, the templates, the trainings you've already created, all that stuff that you've got, but you haven't formally shared with your client. So this is what I mean. We're looking at all the tools, all the templates, all the trainings that you personally use with your clients. So in meetings where you discuss things, where you share things, where you help them, where you explain things. However, we're talking about the stuff that they can't use on their own without your help. They need you in the room to explain the situation and how to use those tools and trainings. What I'd like you to do is understand that this is your hidden IP, your hidden intellectual property. And I'd like you to ask yourself, how can I turn this into a resource that works without me being present? So it could be a pricing calculator, and you've built it in Google Sheets and you work with them and you go through it with them when you're there. How can you turn that into something without you being there? Or a diagnostic questionnaire that you can use during onboarding. So instead of onboarding your clients and you being 100% present all the time, is there something that you could give them that they could use to onboard themselves and give you some information, but also help them get clarity and see what they're missing? Or what about a training that you've delivered on managing cash flow or planning for profit? Can you record that? Can you turn it into a video with a worksheet, which they can then do on their own? Now, all of these are assets. Right now, they're probably buried in your Google Drive, in your Dropbox, or your Microsoft account, but they're only useful when you are in the room. What we want to do is turn that calculator into a plug and play tool that your clients can use solo on their own, right? We could package your diagnostic into a downloadable lead magnet or a paid template. That's really good to actually attract your ideal clients. You can use it in your marketing as well as your client delivery. And you could record your training as a short course, and clients could watch that cash flow training and profit training before they even speak to you. And then you can just help them with the questions that they have and you can answer the questions. These are just kind of the tip of the iceberg when it comes to leveraging and growing your advisory practice. And some of what we teach inside of our program is designed to shift you from the old way to the new way of running a practice, so compliance to advisory. And we cover that in our program. And at the center of it all is all about the higher profits and the fewer clients. It's looking at how can you generate 500k of advisory with only 10 hours a week in client delivery. It means no burnout, it means no fluff, no vampire clients, the ones that suck the life out of you. You just have value confidence, premium positioning, and a powerful, profitable 10-hour work week. It's a complete system to get you the business and the life that you actually want. So if you're done with the old way and you're ready to become a highly paid, sought after advisor without sacrificing your life, because we can all do it and sacrifice our life, right? I'd love to invite you to take the next step. So underneath this video is our digital guide that shows you how to package your expertise into a simple, profitable offer that brings in a steady income and the right clients. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day, folks.